Good morning. Going to get on for an hour or so before bed. I had talked to Stephanie earlier tonight, and she said she was going to try to stay up, and I thought, man, I would be disappointed if I stayed awake all night to see a stream and they didn't come on. So just briefly, if I get any interest in seeing me go through some pennies and a few things, then I will continue on. Hey, Vern. So are you up all night or are you just up early? I'm going to finish going through these wheat pennies that I've got on the desk. And then, oh, well, be careful. I hear that's dangerous. Are you doing it in a smoker? I'm assuming if you're up this early to do a turkey. And if you are, what kind of smoker do you use? I have a big green egg, and I've never done a turkey, not as a whole turkey, but I've done I used to do turkey breast every year for Thanksgiving when we used to gather every year. And I liked it. It was always really, really good. So are you in Arizona or California where all the really bad heat is going right now? Oh yeah. My grandparents lived in Lovington, New Mexico, which is not far over the state line from Texas, about 150 miles or maybe 50 miles. And I used to go out there every summer. And, you know, even back then when I was a boy, it was hot. It wasn't Alabama 98% humidity hot. I baled hay and alfalfa and loaded trailers, and I didn't ever worry, never got too hot. And then at night it was so nice because it would go from 108 to 58 at night. Make me another tube for 45s. Mine's full. Yeah, y'all need some rain out there. That's unreal. The way the lake, was it Lake Mead, I believe I saw, was historically low, and we've been getting rain every day. Pop-up thunderstorms, but my area seemed to be in the middle of most of them. So I tote my umbrella in every day because I never know when it's gonna be raining when I leave. So do you brine your turkey before you cook, Vern? I hope you get what's needed and just enough that doesn't cause flooding and all the other issues that come with it. A couple of 56s. Oops. Shield your eyes. Now, I used to brine mine for 24 hours before I cooked them with brown sugar and some white sugar, garlic. I think it had Worcestershire sauce, of course, kosher salt, and I would let it sit 24 hours before I cooked it. Hey, JC, good morning. Well, good. Maybe this is a good way to start your day. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for popping in. I'm on a penny hunt. I just dropped one. No, I've worked all night. I do the dreaded swing shift, and goodness, where did that come from? Oh, wrong box. I grabbed a quarter roll to put some pennies in. I thought that ain't gonna work. But I work every 2 weeks. I go from days to nights, and it is a booger. You never really get a chance to get adjusted to one before you're swapping to the other. And I've been doing it for almost 40 years. The other job that I had before this one, at least, they rotated every 6 weeks, so you were able to get somewhat adjusted. It pays the bills, I guess, JC. I'm going to look a link up. Stephanie, if you're watching this on the replay later, I thought you would enjoy watching a hunt that we did on the first box that I ever hunted with copper owl. And we ended up with 72 silver coins out of that. I'm going to post the link so that you can check it out if you watch the replay. Give me just a second.
That is awesome.
So this is a link to Copper Owl's channel and a hunt that we did back about 3 months ago. I think it was in March. It was a monster box. Only one that I've ever really run across that was so loaded with silver coins. Okay. It is what it is. I'm going to take these two Blazers 56s out and quit putting these older coins on top of them. So I've been where I worked for 18 years. I'm going to give them a few more, then I hope to retire and hopefully with a little life left. I had all these tubes numbered. Sure to goodness, I got a tube for 48. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. I was walking in the little cafe that I stop at in the mornings to get my wife's breakfast, and saw a dime laying on the ground. My kids laugh at me. Yeah, I do remember that, JC. That was a ton of Benjis, was it not? That was unbelievable. And I've never, in all the hunts that I've participated in, had a box like that. And I keep waiting to hit one, or even have somebody else hit one on Pa's spare time. As many boxes as he's hunted and as many boxes as come through that coin cave over there, you would think that he would latch on to a monster box one day. And he did. I don't know if you ever heard the story, but another channel, Nubs, had gotten a box from him, and it had 120 or 122 silver coins in it. This is the only box that he's ever gotten that was loaded, and he unknowingly sent it to somebody else. I've got 2 boxes of nickels to start, and the big auction Saturday for Teacher's Channel, and so I will probably wait till he goes off air this is my 2 weeks of nights. So Monday night actually Sunday night I go right back to work, and I've gotten to where I don't even try to swap my schedule for one night of being able to sleep at night. And so I will probably go to bed sometime Saturday and do my normal, maybe a little delayed sleep schedule, and then stream and get back on later Saturday night after the auction's over. If anybody would like to join me for a later night stream after the auction, it's going to be exciting. And what I liked on part of his preview was, we'll see you, JC. Be careful going in and have a good day at work. Is that I saw some just good old clad proofs and things like that that I would like to get a look at. I love proof coins. And it seems like of late, every time I find one, it's so corroded that it's not worth keeping. I think Southern Metal's been soaking some for 2 weeks that we found trying to get the crud off of them. I think he was stepping up to gasoline next. Keep getting a warning saying my bit rate's low, and I really don't know how to adjust that, or if it's even adjustable. So as long as it's still showing up on the other side correctly, I'm just going to run with what I got. 49. What is it with 49? I don't seem to have a tube for 49s. Is that a tough to find? I've got a 49. It's in pretty good shape. Alright, we'll start a tube for 49s. Good deal, Vern. Don't burn the turkey. Do you ever cook in a smoker, Vern? Do you ever do any kind of turkeys or things like that? With my big green egg, I do pork shoulders, and man, that's a really nice cook that I like to do. And there's, a few different ways to do it. You can cook it all for 18 hours, or you can do what they call a turbo cook that gets it done in about 7 hours. Now, I have never tried fish. Well, on the smoker. It's funny, I used to fish all the time, and when I was growing up, we caught and ate a lot of fish. Catfish, brim, just about if it swam, we filleted it and ate it at some point. But my wife will not eat wild caught fish. And there's no telling how many hundreds of 2-pound bass and good eating size, as they say, that I've had on and off the hook. Of course, that's why I like the bass fish so much, was that you didn't have to harvest everything you brought to the boat. don't have a 52 in my album. We do a lot of bass fishing here in Alabama, and I live in a prime area because of the river systems that surround west central Alabama. Within an hour and a half drive, I can be at any of three major rivers. And then if I go a little further north, I can even catch smallmouth bass. I caught 5 up there in a tournament one time that weighed 18 pounds. And that was the first time in our little club that had ever been done up there. Yeah, y'all can't keep lakes for fishing. Y'all have to have the lakes for water, for drinking water out there. So one day I'm going to go back through these and why I'm keeping them separated by year, and to look up and see which years have the double dyes and different varieties, and I'm going to go through and scope those to see what might be lurking back there. Yeah, well, I don't use Streamlab. I use OBS, and I've seen a lot of other, I think Copper Owl is using Streamlab, so I went with the free option. I just use a free. Yeah, I think it is on the 44. It's not unusual to see a cat hair on my mat, so I didn't know what you were talking about for a second there. I've got a long-haired cat, and I mean, it's impossible to stay ahead of it. It seems like it's like tumbleweeds sometimes. Hey, LNW. So you up all night again? Or are you up early? Vern's cooking turkey, so it should be ready for long. I like night shift, preferably, as far as working. And I was on straight nights for 4 or 5 years at the place I worked, and then COVID hit. The area I worked in worked a 3 shift, and the day and evening shift rotated every 2 weeks, and the night shift, we stayed on nights all the time, and that was so nice. And my wife is disabled, and so it allowed me to help her when needed, and I would come in and get her needs taken care of, and then I would be able to go to bed at noon, 1 o'clock, and sleep a decent number of hours. And then I would get up at 7 or 8 that evening and be able to take care of supper and head to work. I mean, it was perfect for my situation, and COVID ruined all that. They will eventually probably go back to the 3-shift model, because as far as numbers of cars that are built, it gives you a lot more flexibility in the numbers, but they won't do it until they can support it without having a fear of having to go back. Sorry about that. Drop the roll. Penny, give me just a second. So I got 2 boxes of nickels. I'm trying to decide how to go about doing those, whether to do some short hunts and video, or maybe do a live stream and just hunt through the rows until the interest wanes, or haven't really decided how to do that yet. So are you still working shift work, LNW? No, now I did in the mom and pop box that I did some of my earlier videos on. And this was one, I don't know if you went back and watched the live stream from last night, that there was 10 rows available on Paul's stream. I guess it was Sunday before last, because they took Sunday off. And this was one of the coins that he found, a 1 cent, and it's a Trinidad and Tobago, 1976. Have either one of you run across one of them before? I think you were on yesterday, or last time I did this, LNW. So you saw this then. I think you said it was bronze. I think you looked it up and it was a bronze coin. That's pretty cool. I found 2 Indian heads in that mom and pop box that I did. but I have never found an Indian head. Why? Is it because of your phone, or I haven't, yeah, it's a nice clean coin. Well, I would like for it to be cleaner, but I'm having to rein in my pretty coin interest to maintain the integrity. So you haven't tried it on a phone, LNW? Yeah, and I think that that app is really a mobile, and so some tablets it might not support. I'm not real sure because it has a lot of advertising in with it too, because it's a free app. So that maybe have some limitations on it. Well, that's not a bad thing, I don't guess. These days, everybody seems like at work, they can't even walk in and out of work without having face in a phone. Yeah, sorry about that. It's a cool app if you can use it. But I'm pretty sure it required a cell phone to be able to really utilize it. If I had another camera, and I've got a web camera that I don't really have hooked up, I'm using my phone to stream with, so I would show you how it works. I know Paul's used it several times on his stream to identify coins, and he said he has never found one that it would not identify. I need to do a better job of posting links and things. I tried to do a shout out for teachers auction this weekend, and after I did it, I realized I should have posted the link to go along with it, and I need to do a better job of thinking ahead on that kind of stuff. And the address is up there. Sorry, that's my bad. I will go back and edit that out after the stream's over. So I've got some mail call to do. Maybe Saturday once I get off. There's 52. I made another row for 52 and it was laid over and I just couldn't get to it. So while I'm going to stay on another 20 minutes. So are you talking about use the coinoscope, Vern, or maybe settings on OBS that I was fooling with or looking at? I've got to get these $50 to back to my credit union to turn in. Did that link work that I posted? I haven't done any. I can make you and LNW, and I will make Stephanie also a moderator. So that y'all can post a link if you need to. If you don't want me to do that, let me know and I will take it back off. I haven't set any moderation at all. I haven't really felt like I've needed it, but I guess it does give you the ability to post a link or do that kind of stuff if you've got a channel. But I certainly want to promote other people's channels. So the way I post a link, if that one worked or not, I'm not sure. All I do is go to the page that I'm wanting to highlight, like I did with a copper owl, and I open it up, and then I just copy and paste. I'll copy it from the browser window and then paste it into the chat. And it seemed to put it there, but if you're not a moderator, then you can't click on it and it work. So it looks like a clickable link on my end. But you have to be a moderator, I think, to be able to do that. Okay, so I've got you and Vern, you and LNW as moderators. So if you've got something you would like to post, a link, you should be able to just go to the page that you're interested in and copy and paste from the browser window into the chat, and it should create a link to it. This would be a good practice channel for future moderators. Okay, LNW. Also, when you post a link, do a quick caption in front. Like I did it the first time, I just posted the link, and then the second time I went back and added copper owl coins, so that we know where we're going when we click on the links. Oh yeah, teacher site. Okay, good deal there. And I'm going to go back on that shout out video I did and put the link on the description of it. That's on my list of things to do too. There you go. Good job. Appreciate y'all. And if you don't want to be tagged as a moderator, you let me know and I will be happy to remove it. I'm excited to see what all he's got available. I need to go back and watch his intro videos on, now Copper Owl said he found me a 71, and it should be in this mail that I've gotten. No. Oh, hey, that's my wife. AlleyCat6. Welcome to the chat. Live streaming in the next, oh, that's a DD, that's a 74. So there's a 74 DDO. See the notch in the 4 and the line down the R? That's a pretty good example of the doubling. That's fine, LNW. I will take the moderator off. toward the end of the string. But you don't have to do any more with it than you feel comfortable with. So we see the doubling on that 74. That will be the third 74 I found in that box that I hunted. I haven't ever tried to post any of these. I mean, you can really see the doubling in the S, the line down the R, the notch in the 4 there, and then we'll go up and look for the extra metal on the T. You can see it there to the right of the T. So I went over this a little bit last night. Yeah, I need to go back and watch his preview videos and see what all he's going to have available, because I really like the proof coins, and he's got just some good old clad proof that maybe is something you could buy without paying an arm and a leg for. I'm trying to do an album, the proof that I found, just the proof, so I would like to add some to it. I also do an NIFC album, and so I've got some proof that go with it. But that's a pretty nice example of a 74D DDO. That'd be the FS101 variety. Hey, Shelly Lauren. How are you this morning? Glad you were finally able to make a live stream. I'm going to be on for a few more minutes before I head to bed for the day. Yeah, I've got a pretty good collection of going on the NIFCs, but I'm fixing to have to change my albums over because Stephanie reminded me that you have to be careful with these small albums, especially the cheaper ones, that the pages have PVC in them, and that can over time corrode the coins. Well, I appreciate it. That's what I was hoping to do with this early morning thing, since I'm on nights going to bed. Give people a little coin opportunity before they head to work for the day. So I just found the 74D DDO that was from the $50 box that I had done last weekend. So Shelly Vern and Ellen W. Alley Cat 6 is my wife. Her first time on a live stream with me. We'll leave that. We'll set it aside as I go through these others. Yeah, I'm going to take those coins out. It's on my list of things to do, maybe work on this weekend. And I bought an album from Whitman, and you would surely think if anybody had a album that was made to protect coin, that Whitman's small album would be okay to put coins in. And so I'm hoping that they're going to be, and I sent an email to Whitman to see if just to verify that the pages in their small 60 coin albums were not PVC, and I haven't gotten a reply back from them yet. Yeah, I've got two of the classic, the Whitman Classic album, one for nickels and one for pennies. And I really like these small 60-page albums. And this is an example of the Whitman album. And it's just a basic little coin album. And so I've started switching my walkers over to it. But I can't find anywhere, and I've got one here that still has the cover on it, and it says preserve and protect your valuable coins, but it holds the 2x2 Mylar slips too. And I just like this size. So I'm hoping that these don't have PVC in the pages so that I can use them without worrying about that in the future. But I guess I'm going to start swapping the cheaper album that I had bought over to these. But they are made by Whitman, so you would think that they would be okay to put coins in without having to worry about it. Yeah, that's why I like those, because they're not expensive, $7 or $8 a piece, where the Whitman Classics are fairly pricey. And I just like the idea of being able to put together and have me if I want to do an album for DDOs, and I have one that I've probably got 20 DDOs now of the 71, 73, and 74 that I've got flipped and put in that album. Yeah, I want them in flip. That's why I like that album, is because the individual flips fit in the slots. So you're able to flip them and have them protected in the Mylar. And I use the sticky flips and not the staple kind. I know there's a lot of opinion on that. Most people prefer the stapled. But I think if you're going to put them in an album like that, that the album pages actually hold the flip together pretty good. And so the coin does seem to move around maybe in the flip a little more than they do with the stapled flip. But for what I'm doing, I seem to prefer that. Now, there seems to be a split serif on that T that I see a lot. And that's got some machine doubling, it seems like, under the T. You can see that step down there. That's not double die, I don't think. That's a machine doubling. And this is a 71. And those are hard for me to figure out what and see, the 7 seemed to be doubled a little bit. I don't know. I've got another 71 here. Let me take it out of the flip. I'm going to stay on about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to have to go to bed. But let me see what this one that Copper Owl found, how it compares. This is one that he said was a 71 DDO. And this is the one that I just found. And you can see, I don't know, I just think that's machine doubling. This is the one that he said was a DDO. And you can see a line on the R, faintly down the leg of the R, just in front of that little bit of damage. And I'm just not familiar with all the signs of the 71. On the one I've got now, Vern, the one I've got up now, with the line on the R, that's the one that Copper Owl sent me, that was that he had labeled as a double FS 101 71D. Okay, this is the other one then. So that's that one. And I, to me, that R is part of the telltale thing to look for. So that's the one that he sent. And then this is the one that I was just looking at. And there's no line on that R. So that I can see. Things look doubled to the right, but that just may be machine doubling or die wear. So I'm going to put this one back in the flip that he sent me to make sure I don't lose collection or lose it in the shuffle here. And once I get that done, guys, I guess I'm going to call it a night and try to get some sleep. I got one more night, then I'll have Saturday off. And so hope to see everybody at Teacher's Auction, because that's going to be an exciting auction. He's going to have a lot of cool things on that, so I'm sure that everybody will be there. Oh, that's nice, LNW. You woo-hooing because I'm finishing up, Allison, or Alley Cat. Oh yeah, I hear you, Mom. That's going to be nice. At least I get one day off a week, huh? So that's the 71. Thank you, Vern, for helping me see that. Make it easier for me to see them in the future. So, yeah, I've shown my kids some of these, and I don't think they're very interested in the collecting side, but maybe one day down the road they will be valuable and they'll look back on and remember dear old Dad. Hey, Gina R., good morning to you. I've enjoyed your videos too, Gina. You need to start doing live stream now. You would do a really good job with it. If I can do it, anybody can. You're welcome. And I will do a return shout out from you. I need to send you my address. I was going to do that to get a sticker, and I may wait till I get a sticker from you, but to do the shout out for your channel. But you're doing a really good job with your videos too. I like the content. I like the length that you fit in, and all the information you fit into those videos is really good. You do a good job of that, and I appreciate it. Thank you for the shout out for me. That was quite a shock, and I played it for my wife who was listening, and we just thought that was really cool to see a shout out video for my little corner of the coin world here. So, but I appreciate you guys checking in this morning, and I'm going to call it a day, try to get some rest, and I will be off Saturday, so I will probably do a late Saturday stream after the auction for Teacher. And I may try to start opening a nickel box or two, and we'll see how that goes. And Vern, again, thank you for helping me with that 71. And LNW, I appreciate you popping in again. So I guess you're a night person too. You can go get some sleep also. I hope everybody has a good day and a safe day. And then we'll see you next time I have a chance to get on. I appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.